guys, welcome back to Cells in the Fog, and we're gonna be starting season 2 finally. Yeah, so it says Flint's ruling is at the end of its rope. Who will now lead the pirate ship? Me. I'm not letting anybody else be in charge of my life and my destiny. It's about time for Adelaide to step up because. Okay, let's get started. Chapter 1, as custom dictates. The walrus was going to full sail as far away as possible from the cursed island in fog. The crew surrounded Adelaide in a tight circle in the ship's hold, and they assaulted her with a barrage of questions. We saw a demonstration of your powers when we reached the ship for repairs, but we considered that you were just protected by some kind of power. It's time to tell us about your gift, since it's obvious that you're doing it completely consciously. What are your powers? Turning lead into gold? Sinking an enemy ship? Give me back my eyesight? What am I doing? Strength route? I mean, I don't really need to tell them anything. I guess I could be nice. I guess I can just tell them what I know, because I don't want them trying to get me to do miracles that I can't perform. Right? I don't know. Tell what you know. I don't have much to say. Are you hiding something? Or have you sworn an oath? It's not about that. I'm not yet able to control these forces. Everything happens spontaneously, when things go awry. So you're saying that you're not useless. You weren't saying that on the shore. It's just that we can't roll her out like a cannon to get what we want. Right. And we shouldn't count on magic to solve every little trifle. But you saved us, and that's good enough. And on this note, lights out. The crew moved to their quarters, barely able to shuffle their feet. Almost immediately, Adelaide was swept away by dreams. She dreamt of her parents. They were in trouble, hungry and cold. They were waiting to be rescued, but they were beginning to lose hope, and there was no one to help them. Morning suddenly woke Adelaide. Her body ached as if she hadn't rested at all. It's time to give Flint what he deserves. And there was Flint standing in front of the entire crew, tied in chains and with a stone around his neck. Each of the pirates was ready to stab him without hesitation, and only Adelaide's authority was keeping them from rushing him like a pack of hounds. Why are you silent? You have mustered enough courage to overthrow me, and yet you lack the guts to raise your hands against me? Barely hiding his disdain, Pew stepped forward. As the pirate code dictates, for the betrayal of your fellows, for attempting to commandeer loot, for entrapment, for surrounding a crew member to the authorities, the accused is sentenced to death, the way of which is to be decided by the captain and the majority of the crew's votes. But since we don't have a captain anymore, you will be hanged. As a lesson for all of those who entertain the idea of betraying the crew, as custom dictates. As custom dictates. Flynn yelled and was about to charge, but the crew had him surrounded from all sides, firmly holding onto the former captain's hands and shoulders. Let me tighten the knot myself and put it around his neck. Believe me, it will be a very tight knot. Everyone around here would like to take care of this. Only if he doesn't want to run into my knife. I have my own scores with him. A sack fell on Flint's head, and he struck up his sea shanty. Satan takes in his own hands those who are hanged. Their bare heels he licks. Laugh or cry you steal, goddamn. Won't survive and won't exist. For whichever way a rope twists, the song suddenly stopped. Oh, jeez. In diplomacy route, he just kind of, I think they, do they shoot him and he sails away singing a different song. I don't know. I don't remember. But that one is a little unclear exactly how he dies. But I think he either shot himself or somebody else shot him. I don't know. The crew began to raise the rigging of Flint higher and higher with coordinated movements. And then Chris tied the last knot, thus securing the rope to the ship's yard. For whichever way a rope twists, it will twist into a noose. As he finished the song, Silver took off his hat, and all the crew members that were wearing hats followed his example. A dog shall die a dog's death. That's pretty heavy shit to start on. Adelaide was repulsed by what happened, and she stepped to the side of the deck, leaning on the railing. The sight of waves comforted her. The animal clamped his ears and rubbed against her leg. Looks like he already regretted 100 times that he was persuaded to set foot on this ship. Don't worry. It's over now. We just have to hold on. The lad silently approached Adelaide from behind. Any crew might have traitors in its midst, and you must have a firm hand to be able to punish the scoundrel, for the good of everyone else. He walked around her and then rested his hand on her. Adelaide felt the support of a man you can rely on. I don't know. Let's have a firm hand. I mean, you never know who's gonna start turning on you. Especially with this crew, they're tough to judge. Yeah, we're doing the strength route. You might be right. Since I've gotten myself involved in your life, then I need to get used to these kinds of things going on. I will become cautious and strong. The tapping of the crutch sounded behind them. My apologies if I interrupted. The crew conferred and decided to accept you, Adelaide, into our brotherhood. Am I not already part of the crew? Here's the deal. You were recruited by Flint, and almost immediately he's hanging in a noose. It's no good. We should break this pattern. But how? You have proven yourself and deserve a mark. Are you talking about a tattoo? That's right. Adelaide sunk in thought. I've decided. I agree. This one gives you pirate reputation, so we're going to go ahead and get a tattoo. Then go down to the hold. I will prepare everything. Chris will wield the needle. He has the most nimble fingers out of all of us. The crew has comfortably accommodated themselves on the hammocks. Chris took a needle and a vial of ink out of her leather handbag. There's the mermaid, which I tend to get. Each one gives you like a certain different one. The mermaid is white magic. Neptune is strength. Looks pretty cool. The Kraken is black magic. The sailboat is diplomacy. And then there's some others that are free, and so you just have the anchor, a ship's wheel, a knot, a star, and then you get back to the mermaid. We're doing the white magic route, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get the mermaid because I want all those white magic points. Adelaide clenched her teeth. Ow! But tears were welling in her eyes. When it was over, the team greeted Adelaide with an encouraging buzz. Pew waddled to Adelaide and reached out his hand, and the girl shakes his hand. Now you're one of us, and we are tied by blood. And then Pew's hand clenched Adelaide's palm like a vice. Don't fail us. That's it. The show is over. Let's get back to work. I'll stay in touch up the contour details. Roger that. But don't stay too long. You're pale as a ghost. You're not wrong. I thought that I was maybe the only one who knows about magic. But after what Flint did, a ship that sails without a crew? The fog parting? I barely know this art, but I'm already facing such challenges. I'm sure you can handle it all. Looking at her friend, Adelaide started wondering. Chris? When will you finally open up to the crew? I doubt that would ever happen. Why? I've already told you, it's not the most pleasant of stories. You should tell me everything. So we get a little Chris backstory, which is fun. Everything began on Tortuga 5 years ago. You're so skinny. No tits, no ass. That's Christina from the past. That's crazy. Well, it's alright. There's folks who prefer younger, and those who long for male affection. If need be, we'll dress you up as a boy. Some will even pay more for that. What are you mumbling about? I've never been with a man before. Your damn drunken overfather should have warned me about that. That's wonderful. We charge triple the price for a first time. But I don't want to. Wipe your snot. Everyone goes through this. Soon you will only be able to remember how many men you had in a day by the money in your purse. There's no shame in it. So what? Is this where my life ends? Oh, child. This job is no worse than any others. Somebody sells themselves to a ship as a sailor. Somebody gets into debt slavery. And you were sold to us by your father. And for a pretty good price. We aren't keeping you in chains, are we? You will have money for dresses, wine, perfume. You will live better than any plain Jane in the port. Ah, and here's the client. Freshen yourself up. I'll try to arrange a date. Minutes stretched into hours for Christina. Wow. The old hag wasn't lying. Fortunately, I returned with booty. And how much did they ask for me? 15 full-bodied gold doubloons. Christina pondered the sum in her head. She'll be able to live a month with this sum. Maybe 3 if she was frugal. And this is from a single raid? Are you joking? Like I'd ever spend my share on a tramp. Christina understood that he had much, much more money than her. Well, asking for you for something interesting is pointless. So get to undressing. The pirate pulled off his belt, threw it on the table, and began to take off his shirt. Now you'll see my bowsprit. God, I've always dreamed of a virgin. And Christina realized that if she lets this slide, then she will remain here forever. If I refuse, he'll just rape me. If I run away, they'll find me and drag me back. And they'll make me do it anyway. The girl's gaze fell on the knife in his belt, and she concocted a plan immediately. Christina gracefully approached the table and... I have to strike in the neck, maybe? Slash. You'll stain the white shirt this way. And picking up the hem of the dress, she put it to his throat so as not to stain everything around. It's a pity that I did not ask what ship you were from. He did not flounder for long. You weren't very big. I think your uniform will fit me well. And that's how it all began for Christina. The flask clanked, which meant that it was time to elect a new captain. As per the walrus's custom, all gatherings took place in the galley. Pew stood at the entrance. When Adelaide passed him, she felt his strong hand on her wrist. We are about to elect the new captain, which means we vote. And as a sign of respect, I suggest that you, Adelaide, also run for captain, so that Billy Bones doesn't get all high and mighty. However, you shall not see the captain's chair, just like you won't see your ears. What do you mean, however? No big deal. Forget about it. The pirates took seats in the corners. It's a shame that old Ben is no longer among us, as custom dictates. Wait, what was that remark about Ben? I don't know. I don't like it. I'm nervous. We must now choose the one who will lead us into battle. A captain among pirates is neither a king nor a god. He is merely a representative of our will, the one who will guide us into battle, and the one who will take the fall for us. And for that, he gets to keep 2 shares of the loot, the best weaponry and clothing on the ship, and the best woman. So, gentlemen, anyone willing to stand on the barrel? I don't think anyone will object. The big man looks sternly at the crew. That I, as first mate, should take this position. The crew, having exchanged glances, silently agrees with Bones, and everybody seems to arrive at a unanimous agreement. My vote is against Bones. What? The first mate was beside himself with rage as someone doubted his authority. But who else if not him? The crew murmured in anticipation of an answer. I nominate... I wonder what happens if you try to nominate William or Chris. I don't think they would accept William, because he haven't done much. I mean, they like him, but I don't think they would accept him because he's still new. And Chris, they also think of him kind of as an errand boy still. Yeah. But anyway, I'm nominating myself. Isn't it obvious? I'm the most proficient among us with a blade. I'm acquainted with the shores of Santo Domingo. I saved all of our lives. And besides, I possess the gift of magic. Who among you is a match for me? The crew was inspired by Adelaide's speech. Adelaide to the barrel. Adelaide to the barrel. Really? Adelaide to the barrel. The veins on Bones' neck were bulging from discontent, but it was against custom to disregard the crew's will, so he had to comply. To the barrel. Adelaide crossed the entire galley and stepped to the barrel. Adelaide leaned on Billy Bones' shoulder in order to climb the barrel. And there she was taller than everyone, her head almost touching the ceiling. Well, go ahead. Give us your orders, Captain. Set course for Santo Domingo. Well, it looks like I'm the captain of a ship now. The shores of Santo Domingo. Given the latest news, docking at the port is dangerous. We shall dock at the Smuggler's Harbor. It was allowed to be founded by the former governor, my father. Okay, and we've made it all the way back to Santo Domingo, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and continue on and do episode 2 as well. Oh. Vlogged in straight for 81 days. Anyway, episode 2. The long-awaited return home does not bring joy, and the first thing that Adelaide will have to face is to witness the execution of her friends. Yikes. Chapter 2. Fugitives. Here's my sweet home, Santo Domingo. Homecoming. Home to some, and foreign soul to others, it's a dangerous port. A wise captain would order us to stay safe in the harbor. Who knows, it might well be that our fame has preceded us, and every soldier in town is preparing a rope for us. I see. But I'm still grateful to all of you for your help. And now I need to go to town. Find out what Diego has done to the island and find a way to free my parents. What are the orders, Captain? Hide in a suitable harbor and do not stick your nose out. These waters must be teeming with Diego's ships, like the sea with sharks. As you probably already know, I am going to the city. I'll check it out and let you know. Everyone sits quietly. Last thing we need is you to be caught. There's no need for me to sit here. You think a couple of soldiers scare me? It's an order. Well, you know, this is also my homeland. Do not be silly, boy. There are reasons why we will not even stick our noses out. If you're spotted in the city, and moreover with me by your side, they'll have your head. Well, I'll have to sit here with these rascals. Back home. Incognito, Adelaide penetrates the city. Axel came with me. The animal obviously felt uncomfortable in the stone jungle of the city. Adelaide scratched his ear, comforting him. It's fine. You'll still get used to it. Absolutely cannot go to the city looking like this. I'll be spotted immediately. The girl turned into the alley in search of a suitable clothesline. It seemed like this is right for me. So we have a cloak, and an unobtrusive cloak. We'll go with the camouflage one. My pirate hat is kinda giving me away a little bit. Shall we change our hair to something a little bit more inconspicuous? Wait, should we leave it red or should we change the color? We'll just keep it red. It's fine, it's fine. Wow. It seems that someone professionally trades in secret affairs in my city. But today I need it much more. I love satin. There is a big gathering in the central square. Making her way through the crowd, she hears a song with a frighteningly familiar motif. Oh, what a wild, troubled land. Many moons I've tramped through you. With your scaffold, you look grand. And your slippery rope, too. The crew of the first swallow went to the gallows. Adelaide's friends are about to be hung by the neck. The city's onlookers tightly surround the scaffold so that Adelaide could barely make her way to it. On this day, I, Juan de Arcenera, have the honor to pass sentence on these 50 pirates. He looks ridiculous. Why filthy all of a sudden? We took a lovely bath in your tears while you tried to capture us. Be silent. The pirates were surrounded by a wall of well-trained guardsmen. I cannot get through to them with so many guards around. Trying to fight the whole detachment is suicide. For the constant looting that led Santo Domingo to poverty and... Oh, as if it was anything to steal from you. All the city's money apparently went into rubbing your shoes and ribbons. Buying your shoes and ribbons, I mean. A couple of timid giggles were heard in the crowd. Be silent. Leading to poverty and lack of masculinity. What? To the lack of masculinity. Laughter began to spread more confidently amid the crowd. Shut up already. Just shut up. The official turned red with anger. The townspeople enjoyed the hysterics of the official. Can I ask a question? Did you buy the face powder yourself, or did you steal it from your sister? At this point, no one on the street could stop laughing, and even some of the guards burst into laughter, unable to restrain themselves. Enough! To hell with the formalities. Into the nooses with them. That is fine. We could wait. Everyone can see how much you like to read out loud. Tears of sorrow were building in Adelaide's eyes, though she was laughing. More than anything in the world, she would like to rush to the rescue. I won't be able to defeat that many soldiers at once. I will perish myself and not save my friends. Farewell. I will never forget you. I will tell stories about how great you were. You will stay in my heart forever. The guards tightened the nooses around the freebooters' necks. A solemn drum roll played, and the executioner tightly grasped the lever to open the hatches under the convicts. See you in hell. Hell is for land rats like you. Another fate awaits us. The girl's heart was about to jump out of her chest. Seeing its owner's sorrow, the pet could not sit and do nothing. On my command. Well, farewell, my friends. I hope we won't end up in the dead man's locker. 1, 2... What the hell? Lemur jumped out of the crowd and attacked Juan. The little animal clamped onto his nose. The official was waving his hands wildly, trying to brush off the animal that was running all over him and biting him here and there. Good job, Axel. Well, one more minute to breathe. Receiving a blow from Juan, the animal flew to the side. Oh, now he has to die. Adelaide did not want to see the last minute of the crew's life, but found the strength to keep looking. If only there was anything I could do. The ring on Adelaide's finger started to shine. But we can, Master. Execute the order. The executioner pulls the lever. Squeak. And nothing happens. Why aren't the hatches opening? Throwing the hangman aside, Juan himself began to pull the lever back and forth. My god, clumsy apes. You can't even make an execution happen right. Pardon me asking, did you grease the gears? They survived. I need to rush to help them. Adelaide, impersonating a simple citizen, rushed towards the scaffold. Stop. Where are you going? One of the guards grabbed the girl by the hand. Lie? I'm the carpenter's wife. I can repair everything. Just let me through to the gallows. Wait a minute. Can I see your papers? Why did I have to get into this alone? Some help will be good right now. Didn't you expect me? William stood in the middle of a wide street leading to the square, raising his hand with a smoking pistol. The crowd suddenly parted in front of William, either giving way to him or leaping as if from a leper. I could not just leave you. You? Me, myself, and I in person. The guards begin to look around cautiously. I see you've learned my lessons. Apparently you're waiting for an explosion or an ambush. You can calm down today. I'm improvising. Guards! Leave everything. Catch him at any cost. And almost all the guardsmen, abandoning their posts, rushed towards William. Judging by their faces, the order was unnecessary, for greed was flickering in their eyes at the thought of the bounty on Will's head. What a hero. You never abandoned me in a moment of need. And you will not stand aside when bad things happen, even at the cost of your own life. William rushed away from the pursuers, leading them into the alleyways. This is my chance. Retreat to the scaffold. Using the basic principles of Destreza fencing school, Ally began to confuse the enemies. Moving around the scaffold, she always had cover, not allowing the enemy to surround her. Oh, stay in one place already, you beast. She stuck out her tongue, already out of breath. You should have devoted more time to training. And now the circle is almost complete and Juan is within reach of Adelaide's blade. Wow, look who it is. I don't know her, but I like her. Well, rub your eyes. That's our Adelaide. You're delirious, or listen to too much to the captain. She vanished into the sea 5 years ago. Are you blind or what? Look closely. Damned I be. Adelaide. But she is fighting with such skill. Adelaide? A crooked grin appeared on Juan's face. This treasure must be taken alive. You fools just happened to open your mouths, didn't you? Guards, retreat. I'll grab her myself. You don't have what it takes. And their blades crossed. I do not know where you study fencing, but it's a very entertaining style. I learned it when people like you are drowned in the sea. Blades ringing, the duelists moved to the scaffold. Adelaide cautiously groped for the stairs, seeking a higher position. However, one can feel your hand's lack of experience. Obviously, you do not duel often. Enough to cope with a rap like you. They came to the front of the scaffold, stepping onto the platform. I'm afraid your opponents, in this case, were either old men or bandits. Juan kicked a small stool towards Adelaide. The stool hit the girl painfully in the shins, knocking off the rhythm of the battle. Juan's blade cut off a small lock of hair. I'll keep it as a souvenir. And how to respond. Sharp tongue, sharp blade. Sharp blade. Taking advantage of this narcissistic moment, Adelaide makes a dexterous move and knocks a wig off his head. Oh, pardon me. Now I understand why you need my hair. I shake my head so the wig stays in place. Sure thing. We all believe you. The crowd started to point fingers at Juan, laughing out loud. Juan pulled his wig back on in a rush. Shut up. I will have you all whipped. Everyone or just the men? Taking advantage of Juan's rage, Adelaide smoothly stepped outside of his reach. Will you be jumping, Your Highness? But Adelaide underestimated her opponent. A cloak flew into her face, and while she was casting it aside, Juan closed the distance with her. Can you feel the cold of steel on your neck? Will you be joking some more? Juan does not clean off the ground and fly sideways. Take that. Little Jackie was hovering over him with the plank he ripped off the scaffold. Little Jackie, huh? Meanwhile, the rest of the First Swallow's crew prepared for battle, grabbing anything they had at hand. You're free? I took care of it. You too? Is there anyone here who listens to me? Thank you, young fellow, but leave the introductions for later. Right now, I'm very eager to stick a very overblown bird right where he deserves. The boatswain, holding tightly to a steel rod, moved menacingly towards Juan. Chris. You made it just in time. I know. I knew you could not resist trouble, so I followed you. Oh. As soon as Seamus got close to Juan, he pulled out his powder and blew some into the old sailor's face. The old sailor stepped backward and, dropping his improvised weapon, started to rub the powder from his eyes. Juan fights dirty. He's like kicking stools, throwing cloaks, blowing powder. Dang! Catch them! And having given the order, the vice governor courageously fled. What a bastard! But he would not escape this easily. Curse him. Gathering all her strength in her fists, Adelaide redirected all her anger towards the fleeing coward. My head! Here's a present from us. From now on, no wig or hat will stay on your bald head. As soon as Juan tried to put his hat on, it was blown away by the wind. The official took the helmet off the head of a nearby soldier, but it turned to ash before it could touch his bald head. They're laughing at it! Which, this curse will follow him for a long time. The crew quickly took care of what was left of the guardsmen. Understanding that the fight was over, the lemur jumped again to Adelaide's shoulder. Oh. Did you get scared, little fellow? This victory will not last long. This self-important buffoon will bring the entire army with him. We should find a place to hide somewhere. Psst. Follow me. That is, of course, if you want to live. But where are all the soldiers that were following you? They have yet to make sense of all the small streets and dead ends I led them to. And the crew followed William. Cool. Weird things happened in the alleys. Some people would slam the shutters at the first sight of the crew, but sometimes random passerby would slip them information about where the soldiers were and where they would go next. At some point, a couple of local fishermen blocked the way with their carriages to protect the crew from the soldiers. Here. William turned into a side alley. The blacksmith and his family were sent to work under false pretexts on one of the islands. And now the smithy is empty. I know where the owner keeps the secret stash. The crew entered the abandoned building altogether. Oh ho ho! Great blades were forged here. I never in my life held a sword this good in my hands. But now hold me if you can. I myself prefer the knives. I think I will find something for myself as well. So you can get the royal sword with dagger. Or, excuse me. Or you can keep your saber. Let's see. Or do a simple sword with dagger. I'm not gonna go backwards, but I think I'm gonna keep Ponce's saber. Like, it means a lot to me, and I don't want to just ditch it, you know. So I'm gonna keep my saber. Yeah. Because I think I've done it before on a different playthrough, and I don't think it changes the story at all if you decide to grab these at all. You know, it's just something cool to look at. You can like dual wield, and that's fun. That's cool. But I like the saber. It means a lot to me. I'm gonna keep it. I better stick to mine. Weapons are good, of course, but we're all here in plain sight. Do not chicken out. I know this city. It's been a while since authorities looked in here. Quite a long while. Even if we are tracked down, we can keep the defense for a long time. Just in case, the crew began to seal the windows and prop up the door. A sturdy building. We'll be able to dig in deep here. And when the chase stopped, Adelaide was overcome by a terrible realization. I did not see the captain among you. What about Sebastian? Is it really? Unwillingly, her fingers clenched together in a tight fist. He was more fortunate than us. He managed to escape. He jumped straight into the raging sea in the midst of a storm. Do not be afraid. The water will not take him. I think he's already reached Port Royal, preparing his revenge. It's not so easy to take the captain. I'm interested in something else. He is called Waves Make of Sebastian for a reason, though. Well, Will? Who the hell are you? I thought you were just a robber who badly annoyed Diego. Yes, I am, kind of. If I were a town dweller, I would not risk my neck by hiding a simple robber in my basement. Gentlemen, it seems... William should definitely tell more of the story. Well, it started almost immediately after your disappearance. Ouch. I told you you had it coming. I cannot say that it was the first time I got beaten up, but just then I held a grudge. I understand everything, kid, but you understand. My fingers are already shaking. Orders of Don Diego. Now everyone should work, young or old. I cannot load these heavy boxes anymore. Sorry, lad. Here's a peso. Buy some rum for the night, so it'll be easier to fall asleep. I took that peso, and then another, and the next one, but I did not buy rum. Good afternoon, Mr. Jeremy. Good day. But I do not have any shipments today. I'm not here because of shipments. I saved a doubloon, and I need good trousers and a shirt. Nobody will listen to the ragamuffin in patch shorts. Well, how is the life of a tramp? Depends who's asking. Otherwise, everything is great. I understand that it's not bad. I, myself, would never complain. Especially if Diego Snoops could hear it. But generally speaking, there is one thing. I spoke with people in the taverns, in the port, in the alleys. We are the real masters of this city. Our ancestors conquered these lands. The last governor was one of us and understood our needs as inhabitants of this island. But what is happening now? We are everywhere. We count his money, take care of his ships, we clean guns for his soldiers. We are this island. How can we let someone push us like that? No way. So the first members of the underground appeared. Not everyone supported us, fearing Diego. And our first missions were more like childish mischiefs, but one day... My flagship! How could this happen? We do not know. We burned his beloved ship. Any money. Anything. But I want the head of the rebel who did this dangling in the news. Dismissed. Bring him to me alive. I'll skin him myself. And this was just the beginning. That's pretty cool. I felt that this guy is cool. We have guests. We know where you are. You have 10 seconds to surrender to the authorities, or we'll just smash this hut to splinters. Shoot. But how? No one could know. Hey, my boy. It's simple. It's a traitor. There's a rat in your net. A gloomy figure in a raincoat moved a cannon to the intersection. That's it. It was honored to be friends with you. I'm glad to live my last seconds with you. I don't know. It was an honor. And fight shoulder to shoulder. It was also an honor for us. 10. Well, a gun is better than a noose. 9. True that. 8. I was happy to serve with you. 7. Same here. 6. For me, it was also an honor. 5. We barely know each other, but you're a great guy, Will. 4. Chris, thank you for a few minutes of freedom. 3. It's all in vain. 2. A real man. I would get drunk with you and visit some brothels. 1. It was such a nice fortification. I hope for one great last fight. The lemur nested on Adelaide's chest and curled into a ball and clapped his ears. Well, goodbye, friends. Fire! The crew stood in a circle and, placing their hands on each other's shoulders, squinted. What the hell? Are we alive? Adelaide rushed to the window. There was smoke in the alley and guardsmen were scattered all around. The cannonball went directly through the formation of the enemy. The figure holding a long match threw back their hood. It's the captain. He has a few more grays. His hair is a little shorter, but he's still hot. I will not leave my crew. Glory to the captain. It seems that we have a chance. I think if you've only been on the Sebastian route, at the end of that chapter, you get a really, really heartwarming and cool scene, romantic interaction between Adelaide and Sebastian there. It's cool. She just like rushes up to him and they like kiss and stuff, and it's really pretty cool. But we're not doing that this time. We're doing something a little bit different. I got a lot of points. 27 and 17 diplomacy. I need to be a little careful. I need to figure out how many points I need later. Yeah, but anyway, we're doing pretty good. It's a pretty good intro. A lot just happened. We saved our friends at least, which is great. Of course, with the help of my friends. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But they're all working together, and then our two groups, the groups from the Walrus and the groups from the First Swallow, they're now working together, and it's really, really cool. And the old crew is back together, mixed with a little bit of the new crew, and so we're gonna go on and see what we can do potentially to help Adelaide's parents once we figure out where they are being kept and stuff like that. But anyway, we're doing good. I enjoy this. I have a lot of fun playing with these. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and show the video some love, and I'll see you next time. Bye.